Greetings, welcome back to Black Bear News, and today we're going to cover a little bit of techno-hopium, or in this video, uh, could we possibly techno-fix our way out of the climate change situation? Lots of people hope that we can. The problem is how quickly can we scale these technologies up in order to actually do this. And all of these technologies take, a lot of build out, and it's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of, more carbon emissions in order to build out these technologies. So, again, it's very dicey. The techno-fix route is not necessarily a great one, but every once in a while I like to just throw out something new that people are working on. MIT engineers develop a new way to remove carbon dioxide from the air, and this is from Osama. Link this in the comment section. The process could work on the gas at any concentrations from power plant emissions to open air. A new way of removing carbon dioxide from a stream of air could provide a significant tool in the battle against climate change. The new system can work on the gas at virtually any concentration level, even down to the roughly 400 parts per million currently found in the atmosphere. Most methods of removing carbon dioxide from a stream of gas require higher concentrations, such as those found in the flue emissions of fossil fuel-based power plants. A few variations have been developed that can work with low concentrations found in air, but the new method is significantly less energy intensive and less expensive. The researchers, that's how that word is said, researchers say, the technique based on passing air through a stack of charged electrochemical plates is described in a new paper in the journal Energy and Environmental Science by MIT postdoc Sahag Voskian, who developed the work during his PhD, and T. Allen Hatton, the Ralph Landau Professor of Chemical Engineering. The device is essentially a large specialized battery that absorbs carbon dioxide from the air or other gas stream, passing over its electrodes as it is being charged up, and then releases the gas as it is being discharged. In operation, the device would simply alternate between charging and discharging, with fresh air or feed gas being blown through the system during the charging cycle, and then the pure concentrated carbon dioxide being blown out during the discharging. Where would that go? I don't know. Maybe they say more in this article. As the battery charges, an electrochemical reaction takes place at the surface of each of a stack of electrodes. These are coated with a compound called anthraquinone, which is composited with carbon nanotubes. The electrodes have a natural affinity for carbon dioxide and readily react with its molecules in the airstream of feed gas. The reverse reaction takes place when the battery is discharged, during which the device can provide part of the power needed for the whole system, and in the process ejects a stream of pure carbon dioxide. The whole system operates at room temperature and normal air pressure. Well, okay. The greatest advantage of this technology over most other carbon capture or carbon absorbing technologies is the binary nature of the adsorbance affinity for carbon dioxide. In other words, the electrode material by its nature has either a high affinity or no affinity whatsoever, depending on the battery state of charging or discharging. Other reactions used for carbon capture require intermediate chemical processing steps or the input of significant energy such as heat or pressure differences. Are you all following that? The process this system uses for capturing and releasing carbon dioxide is revolutionary, he says. All of this is at ambient conditions. There's no need for thermal pressure or chemical input. It's just these very thin sheets with both surfaces active that can be stacked in a box and connected to a source of electricity. Okay. Well, this is all very fine and well. The idea that this may be a fix is, probably not the greatest one, but we'll see. Of course, we've got to stop emitting carbon willy-nilly into the atmosphere. So there's that. All of the techno fixes kind of put us in a state of like, well, we can just continue doing what we're doing, because we'll figure it out later. Meanwhile, we are at 415 or higher. In some parts of the country or some parts of the globe, we are much, much higher CO2 parts per million. So not to mention all the methane that's added to the mix. And methane breaks down into what? CO2. We're going to have to do a lot of carbon scrubbing. And we're going to have to do it quickly because we're going to get hot. We're hot and we're getting hotter. So it's energy efficient. The researchers have set up a company called Verdox to commercialize the process and hope to develop a pilot scale plant within the next few years. The system is very easy to scale up, he says. If you want more capacity, you just make more electrodes. All right. So I want to, in conjunction with this article, I just wanted to read a snippet of a comment from Owl Nation Legal, the nom de plume of Craig Mead, who is a presidential candidate. If you want to go to mead2020.org, I think that's right. Let me see if I have it here. Well, here's his Twitter handle, which is mead2020.org, O-R-G. So you can go follow Craig there. And he has thrown his hat in the ring as a climate presidential candidate. Anyways, he has a comment talking about basically, climate change scenarios. And here's the pertinent couple of sentences that I wanted to read. He had a conversation with a physicist. While he suggests Western civilization and technology will save the day, I have to keep reminding him that it doesn't matter if you have the world's greatest fire hose if it takes 5 minutes to unpack it, turn it on, and point it at the fire. But it only takes 3 minutes to burn the structure to the ground. And your world-class fire hose is all but useless. And so because I believe the exponentially accelerating trend lines are clearly outpacing our ability to adapt, respond, and mitigate a disaster, I don't need to know the exact figures to predict a horrific near-term future. And that's all I'm going to read of that comment. There was a lot more going on, and there was a back and forth with another viewer. In the comment section of the live stream video, if you guys want to check that out, if you can find it and read it, you might find it entertaining or informational. But so, he pretty much sums it up in that we don't have a lot of time. And right now we're going in one direction, which is bad. And we are trying to do other things as far as renewable technologies, etc. They still require the massive resources that we are using that are, the resource suck that the human population is right now that is destroying the planet hand over fist. It's not just about CO2. It's not just about carbon in the atmosphere. It's the fact that we are committing ecocide on a grand scale. We're going to need to address that too. But anyways, guys at MIT are working on it. So, rest easy. That's all I have for you today, or in this video. Thank you so much for your eyes, your ears, and your conscience. If you would like to support this channel, you can do so at the links below. Until next time, peace.